Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to focus on Google and amazing suite of products. We already covered in some videos previously around Google's Notebook, LM, Google's AI Studio, which I've created a lot of apps as well in previous videos, and this one in particular, and also Google Gemini and VO3. I mean, amazing, right? But today's video, I want to focus on another app that has, when you're creating ads, especially from a demand gen, you're doing a lot of experimentations, right? And you can see here, there are many sort of creative platforms you can use to generate your ads and run A/B tests. There's sort of the powerhouse, if you want to call them, AdCreative.ai. There's more niche players like Cuttable here for focusing on Shopify ads. But Google, and some of these things cost a lot of money. If you go into some of these costs, they're a lot of money to spend. And especially if you're trying out for the first time, if you're a Shopify, it can be a lot of money to fork out. So let's go into Google Labs. And in Google's Labs, if you scroll down to Pomeli, they basically do it for you for free. So, and all you have to do is enter in your URL, it looks at your brand, and let's just, instead of me talking about it, let's just dive into it, okay? So let me agree, and I'm going to use it a case study with the one off Thomas I used around Solitary here, which is a device that helps you manages your hydration. It's a startup that I'm helping from a marketing perspective, and I like using them because they're up and coming, and like any other startup, they have limited funding and resources, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use construction mining. We're going to create ads for them really fast and see how the power it is. So if I go into this, let's go, and so you enter the URL. Let me just go back to here. Okay, it's going to create a style guide. So it's going to analyze it, and it takes a few minutes. But so I'm going to pause it. But it creates a style guide that it's going to be. So any ads are going to be inspired by your branding. So it's already done for you, right? So you can run with multiple A/B experiments, change terminology, change copy, and so forth. So I'm going to pause this video, and so it's not long until I get back and you see the end result. So it's going through. It's around about 10 minutes. It's going through. It studied the brand, and it's now study the logo, study the product offering. Now you can see it's actually created you got the logo, the fonts, it's selected from the side, the images it will be using, some of the value proposition, the style, the tone. Amazing, isn't it? So you can actually edit this, you can remove stuff if you don't want to. I probably want to remove that because I don't want that. I'm not sure what that was. I want to make sure it's kissing that's the founder, Lisa Wynn. Maybe I'm going to remove this as well. I'm just going to focus on really the brand stuff, okay? So I'm going to say it looks good, okay? And I can add, you can see, you can add in, even see, you might notice I actually download, I removed that, but it created it. These are inspirations. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an ad for targeting, because they target miners and in the construction miners. You can see here, one of the markets is workers in construction mining. Okay, so we're going to go back to Pomeli and generate those ads, and it's going to generate those ads with the right branding. Hopefully, we'll see with the right branding, and potentially even showcase some of the products. So and this one is quite simple, create an ad targeting the miner. So I want to focus on one particular use case, and if they're going to do multiple A/B tests, and the dangers of not monitoring hydration levels of workers. And that's pretty much it. So let's see, optimize hours. So it's created. So let me just. There's some of the campaign. It actually created the campaign pain points that you want to focus on. Now it's going to take a few minutes here to generate the images, but I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to learn together. Let's see the power of this. in 2 minutes or so, it's going to generate. So you can see here, I'm focusing on one particular campaign, non-compliance, and it started. This is pretty amazing. I've got a more aspirational. I've got a product, actually a deep dive of products, extract to the product, which is amazing. And again, aspirational. Now this would probably, I wanted more, because I wanted more from the, well actually it is probably at the background, you can see it's like a mind and stuff. Even 2%, and it extracted also the key 2% of, yeah, that's true. In the documentation, it's the sign that talks about even a 2% change in hydration inputs impacts your mental cognitive ability. You can see here it selected and it featured. So it featured the app that goes with the, and of course you can download these. You can replicate that. It's going to say, okay, I want it a different size. So you can create it in different formats. So for example, from Instagram to your LinkedIn and so forth. So let's see how well it takes those instructions. You can imagine, right? In Canva, if you do this, you have to resize. It takes ages, right? Let's see that's a pretty amazing, isn't it? Let me just go see another size here. I think this is the same size as the previous, but it's pretty amazing where I can create multiple, and again, from A/B test, I can change the text if I wanted to. Go into the previous and go back and replicate the same thing with different text. That should be the same thing. Yeah, it should be the same thing. But let me just go back to the previous campaigns. Okay, teams. Let's try this one here. You can see here it's created the 3 types of pain point ads or campaigns, right? Driving pain points. Then it creates the actual creative with the branding and product features. And then so it has multiple, and then you can actually modify those same ads into different formats or layouts. Now this, like I said, again, great product feature. It shows branding at the background. I mean, to search for images, put it in the background, put it the shade effect. Even the contrast is good. This one here, it's interesting. It doesn't purely on brand, but it's fine. I can sort of delete that, and just focus on these and try to run these ads. So now, quite literally, I have 3 campaigns. Let me just go for this as well. 3 campaigns. I can do A/B test instantly, without doing a lot of work. All I did, you can see there, I've entered the URL of my site, which talks about the value proposition, the product, the brand, the color palette, and all that stuff. It's extracted that, and this is free. Could you imagine in the future with new enhancements, you can create a full-on, this is nice, full-on market research, and you can actually add in, market, but I'm saying end-to-end, engage a market research to find the sentiment, and then engage in my brands, and you can create agents around this if you wanted to. Again, the third one is always interesting. It's not exactly, so I'm going to remove that, but amazing, right? It's taking the brand with the same colors, imagery, and it creates fast, highly optimized campaigns. You can now run these 3 campaigns at any time. So that's today's video. Is that ads from where startups, scale-ups, oftentimes we're limited in terms of time and money. We want to run really fast, experimental, or what often called smoke screen campaigns to test which target audience. You can change these to target audience. You can say, so for example, if Suntree here is targeting sports and workers, there might be another one, elderly. Okay, there could be another one they want to test, and they don't want to put it on the site yet, so they want to actually run experiments. And again, you can run another experiment with different. So let's just say here, hydration for workers for the sports. You get what I mean, right? So I can generate. Ads now for the sports segment, but you can see how I'm building these campaigns, and it always gives you 3 options and the sort of the angle or the pain point or value proposition. Pain point really, it's trying to target in the ads. Again, a very short video. I just want to quickly point out how OBSOLETE is. Here we go. Pre-workout, post cramps as well. It again, because if you're not hydrated, that leads to cramps. Again, it's in the literature. I'm going to just quickly do this last one and see what happens. But the ability, so one pull inside here is ensuring that you have great content on your site, because if you're generating content from it, you want to make sure. So having your, so oftentimes your 24/7 your website is your salesperson 24/7, right? So it didn't work out. It didn't do the sports post. Here we go. It did. So interesting, huh? I can ignore that. Let me see what's got there. It extracted extracted the branding from a sports person, and included again consistent style. So now you can test multiple campaigns and multiple targeted audiences. Alright guys, without this being another long video, 10 minutes, we're nearly close to 2 minutes, I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to generate, I'm going to have fun in generating other campaigns for different use cases and testing those use cases, especially if you're a startup and you're trying to find a product market fit with different use cases for your product. This could be a great way to run these campaigns, test the market and see which ones again great. It picked up the right and it uses the brand. This is actually part of the site as well, so it's picked it up, and here's a great one. Very very cool close-up of the product shot, which is quite attractive for my but the messaging, as you can see here, is all about cramps and how it can drop in. So basically electrolytes, it's sodium, salt, and potassium and so forth. If you drop that, oftentimes there's evidence that leads to cramps. Right, pretty cool, huh? So OBSOLETE, have a go and create your own campaign, or at least experiment on different ad types when you're running, when you're targeting different segments. You can not only target at a campaign level in terms of messaging, you can target also multiple target audiences and multiple formats. I mean, anyway, you get the drift. Have a go. It's free. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.